மா அப்படிங்கிற சென்சேஷனல் ஷார்ட் ஃபிலிம்ல அம்மாவா நடிச்ச கனி குஷ்ருதி இன்னைக்கு நம்மளோட இருக்காங்க. இவங்க ஆல்ரெடி தமிழ்ல பர்மா, பிசாசு, கலம் மாதிரியான படங்கள்ல நடிச்சிருக்காங்க. மா படத்துல ஒர்க் பண்ண எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் பத்தியும் அதுல டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணப்பட்ட டீனேஜ் பிரெக்னன்சி பத்தியும் நம்மளோட பல விஷயங்கள் ஓப்பனா ஷேர் பண்றாங்க. நீங்க படத்துல காமிச்ச மாதிரி டீனேஜ் பிரெக்னன்சிங்கிற சிச்சுவேஷன் வந்தாவே எல்லாருமே பொண்ணுங்களை தான் தப்பா சொல்றாங்க, பசங்களை யாரும் சொல்றதே இல்ல. இத பத்தி நீங்க என்ன நினைக்கிறீங்க?
Our constitution or our rights is like after the age of 18 you can have consensual sex, and non-consensual sex is different. Like, so if two grown-ups are liking each other and when they fall in love, it's okay to have sex. Even then they should know what it is and all, but at the same time I don't I completely believe or support, or like I don't even know if I should use these words. It's okay to have sex before marriage. I'm not like only after marriage. I don't believe that. In this particular film, it's like she's young, she's a kid, and even he's a kid, so that's a different scenario already. Generally, why people talk about, oh, the girl has gone bad, is because I think the virginity idea of this marriage, before marriage they should be virgins, and I really don't know if men have any that kind of things. That's why probably that comments comes. Otherwise two people are involved in it, like you can't just blame the girl or the woman in it always. And if it's a consensual thing, yeah, they will have a beautiful life. If it's not, if one person was willing and if another was not willing, then it's called rape. So all that we should know.
தப்பு பண்றதுக்கு முன்னாடி 10 தடவை யோசிக்கணும். ஒரு பொண்ணுனா ஒரு தடவை யோசிக்கணும். ஏன் தெரியுமா? கடைசில படி அவஸ்தை உனக்கு எனக்கும் தான்.
இந்த டீனேஜ் பிரெக்னன்சி பத்தின உங்களோட கருத்து என்ன?
Teenage is from, for example, 13 to 19. I think one can be healthy and be pregnant at the age of 18 and 19. But when you're younger than that, we are not as healthy to actually deliver a baby, or it can have a lot of complications in that girl's body. So I don't think it is probably an advisable thing to be pregnant at a very young age. I fell in love when I was 13, and you do have your curiosity and temptations to like physically explore and all, but you also should somewhere you should know that okay, certain things can have complications. You should wait until your body is completely okay to bear a child or anything. So that kind of understanding should be there in children and between their parents and all that, and even with friends. They all should be able to talk about it, so that it's not something, oh, I didn't know this happened and kind of thing. And also safe sex, like to use condoms. It's very important. It's not just about pregnancy. You never know about the STDs, sexually transmitted diseases, and how important it is to use condoms. And girls and women should be always maybe I should not say. They should have the right to say that okay, I want us to use a condom. We should be able to say all these things. When you're really young, I don't think that one should get pregnant because it is complicated. Even an abortion can be complicated, so let's avoid it. Otherwise, if it happens, let's deal with it and move forward. You should not just end your life just because something happened. That's what I believe.
மா ஷார்ட் ஃபிலிம்ல கமிட் ஆகி ஒர்க் பண்ணத பத்தி சொல்லுங்க.
Surgeon, he sent me a message saying that there is this one idea, read it and let me know if you are interested. I read it and then I did like the subject, so then he said it's a Gautam Menon Sir's production and also. Otherwise I didn't know. It was great, but we also had really a tight schedule and a low budget, so everyone worked there as of really there was only 1 or 2 ADs to do everything. So that way there was lots of technical problems. We were running in last minute and this and that, and Anika and me, we both are from Kerala, and we don't really speak Tamil, so we were really struggling with our dialogues, and so that kind of things were there. But otherwise overall it was really good team, and it just finished like that. We were completely in the work, so we didn't know that the time passed. We were oh, now it's over. Okay, that was the last shot. Okay, bye. It was like that.
உடம்பு சரியில்லாம இருந்தா உங்க அப்பா யார் பதில் சொல்வாங்க? நான் போயிட்டு லைப்ரரிக்கு வேலை கிளம்பணும், சீக்கிரம் வா.
மா ஷார்ட் ஃபிலிம் பார்த்துட்டு பல பேருக்கு பல மெசேஜ் கன்வே ஆயிருக்கு. பட் நீங்க ஆக்சுவலா என்ன ஒரு மெசேஜ் கன்வே பண்ண ட்ரை பண்ணீங்க?
See, the point in the film that Surgeon and also the script writer, she also wanted to say is that if a baby or a child shouldn't be born to this world if it's not ready to be born. That's kind of, so that way you shouldn't look at abortion like a bad thing. Then another thing is only why if something like this happens, just the girl will go through all this and not the boy, and she also should move on with her life and understand what should I be doing and how I should be aware. So these aspects are there, but for me there was few other things should have been also there. Like, you know, I think sex education is so important, and like the boy character, he says, oh, I thought it's just love. That shouldn't be like at the age of 13. Okay, if I do this, I may get pregnant. Like, everything should be told to the children, and they should have the space that they can ask the parents, they can ask the teachers. Instead, like, you know, they try to hide and do things, you know, that kind of thing should go away from our society sooner, I guess. But that aspect hasn't come in the film much, but that's okay. Like, they're trying to deal at least some aspects of this particular thing. That's what I
தெரியாம பண்ணிட்டோம் ஆண்டி.
உங்க வீட்டில் அப்பா அம்மா என்ன பண்ணுறாங்க?
ஆண்டி அப்படிலாம் சொல்ல வேணாம் ஆண்டி, ப்ளீஸ் ஆண்டி.
இது தப்பு பண்ணும்போது தோணலையா?
தெரியல ஆண்டி, இதுதான் லவ்னு நினைச்சோம்.
ஒரு பொண்ணா உங்களுக்கு நீங்களே கொடுக்குற ஒரு அட்வைஸ் இல்ல உங்களை நீங்களே ரெஸ்ட்ரிக்ட் பண்ணிக்கிற விஷயம் எது?
No, I don't restrict anything just because I'm a woman. I just think that it is really not advice. I try to remind myself. I should never forget to say no when I know that it's a no. That's all. I just try to remind myself that, like, sometimes, you know, you become vulnerable and you just think, okay, maybe, you know, adjust or accept, and sometimes that's also one good side of humanity itself. But sometimes it's, as a woman, when sometimes you keep doing it, and you need to know, no, now it's a stop and it's a no, and just don't forget that.
உங்களை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் boldness அப்படிங்கறத நீங்க எப்படி டிஃபைன் பண்ணுவீங்க?
I don't know, I don't generally use the word boldness. In fact, only I think film directors or script writers comes and says this is a bold character, so I really have no comments about it, honestly. I just think everyone should be intelligent, or we should know that how to use our intelligence in the right place at the right time, and also we should know what our rights are, and when to say no and when to say yes when we want to, and we shouldn't be afraid saying in it. That's what I think, if I can generally say it. Sometimes if we are bold, we may lose our lives, so we should be intelligent to know that, okay, here we should be tactical enough so that we can escape, and later probably you know, like, talk about it or something. And at times you should be you know, like, dare to say no, that's it, you know. So we should be intelligent. That's what I believe.
யார்?
ஹரிமா,
எந்த ஹரி?
ஹாக்கி கிளாஸில் ஃப்ரெண்டுமா.
இந்த ஸ்மோக்கிங் ட்ரிங்கிங் மாதிரியான விஷயங்களை ஒரு பையன் பண்ணா தப்பு கிடையாது, பட் அதே ஒரு பொண்ணு பண்ணா ரொம்ப பெரிய தப்பு. ஏன் அப்படி?
I mean, I don't think we have to actually answer this, because we are all living in the same culture, same country, so we know why. I also believe personally that smoking is actually a bad habit, and which is not just bad for you, which is bad for society and everything. So if one can avoid, it's better. But personally, I do smoke. I quit also at times, but at times I do smoke. I shouldn't be stopped smoking just because I'm a woman. That's what I believe also, because if a man can smoke, he can also smoke. But if you can avoid bad habits, which is good for your health and for others, of course, whether you are female or a male, try to stop it. Drinking is like, for like social occasions, is not a bad thing whether you are female or man. Why so is like very clear. Like, you have a picture of somehow, like, this is how a woman should be, or even for a man, this taboo is for both male and female in different things. It's not in the same things, that's all. So it's not about why so, just try to not have those, you know, constructed things and try to be in that frame. Trying to be in that frame is the problem. And it's not just for women, it's for men also.
இன்னுமே நம்மளது ஒரு மேல் டாமினேட்டிங் சொசைட்டியா தான் இருக்கு. இதுல விமன் ஃப்ரீடம், ஈக்குவாலிட்டிங்கிறது எந்த அளவுக்கு இருக்குன்னு நினைக்கிறீங்க?
It's not just women's freedom. You know, we used to have slaves. We used to have all kind of inequalities. We still do have. I know that it has changed positively to a certain extent. Like, we learn in our history how different and what kind of racism was existing. Compared to that, it is not probably right in front of your face for certain people, but for certain caste and class still it's there, which also will change slowly. I don't think it's not going to change, but I know certain things you may need certain kind of physicality for certain jobs, which can be probably only done by males, and certain can be females. I understand, but that's probably like 1 or 2% of the entire working system in the whole world. That can be there. I'm not saying that every woman should be able to do it all. That's not what I'm trying to say. But I think like filmmaking to cinematography to a lot of things, I'm pretty sure all even females can do. But it's just like hardly they get the opportunity to learn that or better their craft and skills, or even the parents may not support. So that kind of thing should happen from school time itself, so that it's not gender biased and people will lose that notion of, oh, this is like, and this domination will slowly go away.
சப்போஸ் உங்களோட மா கேரக்டர் மாதிரி நீங்கள் ரியல் லைஃப்பில் ஃபேஸ் பண்ணீங்கன்னா அந்த சிச்சுவேஷன் எப்படி ஹேண்டில் பண்ணுவீங்க?
Of course, I'm sure that things happen in real life. And see, I grew up in a family where I am like very close to my parents and they're almost like my friends. So I was never afraid to say anything. If I feel like doing this, I would tell them. So they would say, these are the consequences, Kani, but you still feel like doing it, okay, we can also come and be part of it. So it was always transparent. So I didn't had also unwanted curiosities. I knew, I kind of knew a lot of things from the very young age. I just think that parents and kids' relation should be kind of like that, so that kids won't hide and they end up being in different kind of troubles and all that. When you say don't do it, don't do this, they try to do it without letting them know. Actually, they don't end up not doing it. A lot of children do that. They say you can do it, but these are the things. Okay, also let's be friends with them so you can deal it in a better way.
அம்மா பேசுனது ரொம்ப தப்பு.
நீ எதுக்குமா சாரி சொல்கிற? நான் தான் தப்பு பண்ணேன். என்ன வெறுத்துறாதம்மா.
சாரி.
ப்ளீஸ்மா.